back to another episode of Should I Stay or Should I Go movie reviews. Today we are reviewing Halloween, and I just want to say off the bat that I was really impressed with it. It was everything I hoped it would be, and I really enjoyed it. It was suspenseful. It's set 40 years from the original 1978 Halloween anniversary, and we can talk about the plot a little bit after we all give our rating. But I'm going to give this movie a solid 9. Amy?
Well, I went in thinking it was going to be a 1. And I ended up leaving pleasantly surprised that there wasn't as much horror as I expected. And I'm going to give it a 7. Honestly,
Good for Amy.
Amy. I liked it a lot. I think it's everything I expected it to be. I had high expectations and was hoping it was going to be great. I thought it was very suspenseful. I liked the way some of the characters developed, or at least Jamie Lee Curtis's character developed. I liked her in this new film and her older self, which was interesting. There's some things that I didn't like about the movie, which I think we can talk about later, right? Mm-hmm. So I think I would have liked more gore. Just saying. I was on the edge of my seat a lot, and I felt like sometimes I was holding my breath, so I did feel like it was very suspenseful. And I will give it a 7 from me as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I liked it.
All right. I really had a lot of high hopes for this movie. I really liked probably the first third or first half, and there's a turning point we can talk about when we get to the spoilers.
I know what you're talking about.
And when it happened, it just kind of took me out of the movie, and I was pretty much disgruntled from the rest of the point on. And there's a couple other things that I think there's some left-wing Hollywood subtext that kind of pushed me out a little bit as well. But I really liked, especially the first third of the movie, Jamie Lee Curtis's character. You can tell that the last 40 years had really been weighing on her, and she was really emotional, and she was on the verge of I think a mental breakdown, if not already had one or two. But it was had a lot of good stuff in it. It was really interesting parts of it, and for the reasons that we'll talk about in the spoilers, I'm going to have to give it a 6. The first half of the movie, I'd probably agree with Todd, was a 9. It was gangbusters, and it was almost like heartbreaking to watch Jamie Lee Curtis and her character the first half of the movie.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, so I'm going with the 6 for right now, and we're gonna start with spoilers and start back down with Todd. And so if you don't want to hear any spoilers, I think overall everybody's saying go watch it and enjoy it.
Check it out in the theaters, yeah. So, spoiler, plot, and discussion time. I think you're talking about when the doctor became the killer that was fascinated with the...
Yes.
Yeah, that was lame, unnecessary. It didn't play into the story much. Mm-mm. I don't know. That was an interesting scene. So the psychiatrist that replaced Dr. Loomis, who was fascinated by Michael Myers and wanted to understand the mind of a serial killer, blah, blah, blah. Right, Shane?
Yep. Never could get him to talk, so I'm going to kill him.
Here's my chance.
Yeah.
Was the cop that got killed by the doctor, was he the cop in the Night something movie you told me, Night Creatures? The one where they
Oh, yeah. No.
Different guy?
Nightbreed?
Nightbreed, yeah.
No. He's a famous actor, and I'm trying to place a couple movies that he was in. Really good actor who played the sheriff, who was also the first on the scene, apparently in 1978. But
you gave it a 9.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought the atmosphere...
Didn't think any of it was hokey? Or?
No, I did think that part was hokey. I just said that.
I was pleasantly surprised that I was able to follow along with the storyline, had not seen any of the other Halloweens and I didn't know if I mean, I knew obviously Jamie Lee Curtis was in it, but I had no idea about the sheriff being in the original, or any of the other, Michael Myers, of course, too. But
I guess you didn't need to do that, but
I
they
don't
had a
feel-
lot of nice tip of the hats to the old series and things, didn't they?
Yeah, the even down to the thing that they were studying in school when Laura Strode's grandmother or Laura Strode granddaughter was in the classroom. They were talking about the philosophy, about fate. That was the exact same thing that they were talking about. The
And she
same.
looked out the window and
I
saw
didn't
Michael
even notice
Myers.
that.
Yeah,
And then she looked out the window and saw her grandma.
Yeah, I did.
So-
That was awesome.
those
Yeah.
were
That
reversed.
was, yeah.
And then when she hit the ground when he threw her out the window, and
And
we
then
looked
she
back and
dis-
She was gone.
that was pretty cool.
Now who's the monster?
Like the role reversal, yeah, that was
Yeah.
interesting.
I wasn't convinced Jamie Lee Curtis was going to do a great job with this, but like you guys all said, I think she delivered a great performance.
Yeah, especially
Very believable.
that scene in the restaurant. Man, that was
Yeah,
gripping.
it
Yes,
was.
yeah, I felt for
The
her.
only thing that I found super not believable, and I think it's the whole horror cliche stuff for me, is she had done all this preparation, right? She was so prepared, but yet I felt like she wasn't
Mm-hmm.
really prepared.
You mean like mentally, or
Like, so he gets her around the throat at the door. I mean, come on. It's
Yeah.
like, I mean,
through a window?
right. That she had all these bars and locks on everything, but then she had this door with these glass panels on both sides, right? I don't know.
So grandmother Laurie Strode had
Yes.
her house all securified and had all kinds of crazy.
And this big security hatch, and then they were all
Yeah.
out of it. Like, I
Well,
didn't
then-
get that.
Instantly, they bailed out of the hatch.
Right. So that
And
was
explain
weird.
to me
Yeah.
how it is that the granddaughter was able to get into the house so easily.
Well, because he'd already gotten in, so the door was open.
Right, but she's sitting there locking down all of the rooms, but she didn't lock the door.
Yeah, she was clearing each room by room.
Yes.
And okay, so the
But
other thing is,
he unlocked the front door after he pushed the windows through. He
Yeah.
unlocked it so that
Oh.
the front door was open.
yeah.
He
So
reached around.
one of the big things for me was who spends 40 years preparing for Michael Myers to come back and kill him, and goes around the house with a 36-inch long bolt action, lever action Remington gun from the 19th century. I mean, and I think to me that was the Hollywood subtext that only people in the movie that had semi-automatic weapons were the cops. She had a revolver, and every gun.
Shotguns. And,
Yeah.
and
So
Winchester. Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm waiting for Michael Myers to show up to the house. I've got an AK-47 with 60 round magazines and a semi-automatic shotgun. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
not granted. I mean, all she would have had to do was stand inside the door and wait for him to come in and just unload a mag in his chest.
Right.
Then if he got up, then we had something.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It would have been a little shorter movie if she just stood there with a shotgun. And
Yes. And how cliche that the bus, tipped
Yeah.
over.
Yeah,
You knew that was
I think
happening.
we've learned one thing from all the Halloween movies, and that is never transfer him
Trans-
to another hospital or facility.
And the little kid, the guy's like, run! But, I run right on the bus.
Onto the bus to
Yeah.
check things out.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. So there was a lot of the cliche
There
horror
was,
movie
yes, yeah.
things, which I like.
And the kid's riding
So-
around in the car with his rifle with his dad. It's not even in a case.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
In Illinois.
In Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
One-
you know,
One of the strictest gun law states in the freaking union.
Yeah. There were a lot of holes, of course.
But
Sure,
anyhow,
it
I
is
saw no palm trees or not unbloody knives this time.
It is a slasher.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm glad, and you could tell that John Carpenter was in on it.
Yep.
The soundtrack and the score was great. I
Yep.
thought his use of the synthesizer and playing off the main theme, as well as adding some new elements. There was some really good atmospherics, I thought, with what he was doing there. And the people that I wanted to get killed got killed.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, he racks up a body count higher in the first 20 minutes of the movie than he did in the first movie completely.
Yeah.
Yes.
How could you say it wasn't gory enough? There was some really.
Well, the head smashing of the doctor was
Yeah.
really cool.
And there was a gurgling
the-
sound, you'll note, Shane.
Or the
There was
the-
gurgling.
The kid that from after the Halloween dance where he ended up getting his head
Dave.
done in the.
Yeah, but it was kind
Spike
of
of
dark, and I wanted to like see the gore.
Yeah.
Oh, what
Yeah.
about when he dropped all of the teeth in the bathroom? at
That
the
wasn't
beginning?
very
Oh my
gory.
No,
God.
that was pretty scary. I knew the smarmy British people were gonna get theirs.
Oh yeah, you reached right at the beginning. He's like, they're gonna go first. They weren't first, but they were close.
I really liked the interaction Laurie Strode had with them in her house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's a crazy monster that's killed 5 people, but he's interesting. And I've been divorced
he's a
twice,
human,
and I'm a
yeah.
basket case.
Yeah. And he's a human being, we've established.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
Some good jump scares.
I thought there was some of those.
A lot.
I liked at the very end, not the very end, but the end when they said, when the daughter was like, "Mom, I just can't do this." Haha, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, she shot him right in the head though, and he still wasn't dead. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Or when I mean, we could go on and on about
We could.
those. But when she first saw him when he got loose and shot him, and then
Right.
just
And he's just
let's
fine.
stick around and talk while he
Yeah.
limps away or whatever. But
Yeah.
that is Michael Myers, right? He's kind of indestructible.
Did you see that Danny McBride was a
I did.
co-writer
Yeah.
and a producer?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anyway, so as we sit here and like point out all of its flaws, I still liked it a lot.
Yeah, I really liked it.
I did too. And I'm sorry you were disappointed with the second half. I thought the little doctor thing was hokey.
It was, and it got a little, hold up in the house and everything at the end there. I agree.
Yeah, the
with you.
pacing seemed off the second half. There seemed something like they spent their wad on the first half.
Yeah, I
But-
think if they could have got rid of that 5 minutes and just forgot about that, it would have been much better. But I did give it a 9.
Hey, but
so,
he did get his head smashed in, so it's all
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, but he'll still come back. How many Halloweens have there been?
Was this 8?
Good question.
I think there was 8, and then there was
Couple reboots.
9 or 10, and then there was a 20th anniversary reboot
Oh, yeah, the H2O.
that actually, H2O, that actually had Jamie Lee Curtis in it as well.
Mhm.
But
This is definitely the best in a long time, though.
Yeah,
I thought
think
they
so.
really hit the mark.
We just
definitely.
watched the original recently as well, just to refresh. And
Yeah. Still holds up, doesn't it?
Yep,
It does.
lots of shots that were exactly the same, which is cool. Lots of nods.
Which a lot of times you would hate on any other films that we watch. Sometimes.
Yeah,
You hate
sometimes I would.
Because it comes off contrived and repetitive
that. Yes.
Yeah.
sometimes, but I didn't feel that way.
And,
I was going in fairly skeptical, but I did want to like it.
and it was a scary movie, but there's lots of laughable parts.
Yeah.
There's humor.
There was.
The little kid that's at the babysitting, that the one girl's babysitting. Oh my goodness,
Vicky,
the
yeah.
entire theater. What was it? Jillian? Is that his
The
name?
boy's
Jil-
name?
Yeah, Jillian. I think.
Julian, maybe?
Julian or
Yeah,
Jillian.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that was.
He was hilarious.
He was
The whole
funny.
theater is cracking up.
Yeah. He,
Thank goodness he didn't die.
he deserved more screen time.
He
Yeah.
did,
Yeah.
and he didn't
It was
die.
funny.
He was probably the funniest
That was
character
good
on there.
interaction.
It was.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, overall, I liked it. I didn't see any palm trees this time.
No palm trees.
I was looking.
I think it still was filmed in California. I listened to some stuff about it, and it was they tried to do it as close to John Carpenter's messed up version of the '80s, where you see palm trees in the background and stuff like that, without showing any palm trees.
Yeah.
And yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
So-
So thumbs up.
go see it.
Do go check it out in the theaters, and please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Please, of all of our hundreds of viewers, we could use a comment or two here and there.
Yeah,
Tell us what you'd like to see, right?
we're open for discussion, and tell us where we got it wrong or what you liked that we got right.
So until next time, that's a wrap.